Okay, so I'm gonna try and do this in one take. I still have the fan on because it's hot as fuck. And I just want to get this over with. People are gonna be home like any minute. I don't care. Let's go. I took this from the Troll Pasta wiki, which looks absolutely ridiculous, by the way, and I translated it into Japanese. Then I translated it back to English, and then I took that, translated it to Finnish, and then translated it back to English. So let's try to read this. I'm doing this for you, Kian, because I love you. Alright, here we go. Sally.exe. I, like a lot of people, it is a big fan of the Sonic the Hedgehog series. I, and the rest of Sega has created it because I think it was a rat crap cartoon hedgehog, but it seems to refine the classic Sonic, each of its own. I watched the second bay of the day, the series, if the subject about my favorite character are present in Sally Acorns, I wondered. Certainly, I'm Sally plush is closed due to no visitors to 2006, and it was a very rare thing to find stuffed toys, which are made of Sega World Sydney. It was, but I girlfriend, I'm going to look down on me for no money to buy my parents. This article came from a photo I have sometime. We kept a stuffed animal. This Sally flat and had his jacket. On top of that, it is written in pen, God. I do not know what really it means. Maybe before they sold him, Children's Initials owns her. In order to find me, another article was gone. I know you do not win the auction anyway. To return to look for Sonic Sally was a click on the back button. Sonic Satam! All cartoon episode of $1 in the price of instant purchase. I came with whether Satam DVD was not published, sorry. So as happy as I was, check out the article and I wanted to see it again. What am I doing? Description, no address that it did not come from. Germany, Canada, etc. The shipping price and it disappeared. It was said to be free. I looked up the image of the article. This was a blank CD. I decided to buy it, just for the sake of nostalgia, but I do not love Eggman type in the series, and it was great. When the mail arrives, well, it all got started. What? It's got section immediately start the DVD. Was happy to put a blank CD in my laptop. Strange, it was a Sunday. We arrived the next morning. Unfortunately, the DVD does not start because it has allowed me to view the file. I opened the folder that saw Sally.exe application. It plays SatAM episode, but I was embarrassed to exe. I am in any case is actually started it. Sonic Crazy episode began. Episode involved in the intro and all began to normal. Or something like Sonic and Sally and blood kissing sadness begun. But the sad thing is, my computer did not have a blue screen. Sally, when you kiss her on the cheek and walk Sonic, he's not so good and try to him a kiss, allowing her a better, it is, have liked to have been. Restart your computer, because too cute, I do, it is a failure that took the CD, I think I throw it away. I'll return the power. Had asked people to give me the money, he will be able to maintain the $1 I gave him. I think it's just dollar means. We're only 2 paragraphs in. I usually went to talk to browsing the internet with Skype and all your friends. All your friends. I completely started spaz when I was watching the occasional YouTube video, White Arrow on the housing you do not know. My pointer until done anything wrong. I will cut off the mouse, but the pointer was followed by a slash around the screen. My touchpad is inactive. It took me. All of a sudden, it stopped. I ignored what happened. I have made above. Soon I found the play to download Sonic the Hedgehog, a fun game. So download as soon as I start the emulator. Start the game in windowed mode, but oddly enough, the display is completely dark now. I rejected it. The game had been waiting to start. The familiar Sega jingle did not come. Well, so much of it I heard the devil. It was not that you were tired of me. It slowed down. Oh, I'm tired of you, alright? The background remains dark, Sonic. Does not run past the logo. It faded black. Some text appeared. I first thought that it was red, but it felt was a scratch on the screen of my computer. Even round 2, since the main screen came, I flinch. The sky is dark gray, the clouds before a thunderstorm, such as the right looked dull and black. The lining is weakened, its logo made. Moreover, the part looked rusty. I was surprised pixely detail, but I was also scared me. The term Sega 1991 was now Sega 666. The water was bloody red. The familiar music will not play either. There is confusion. Only 16 bits of sound was the devil Sega, Sonic appearing instead to be confused from time to time. 2 characters appear next to the logo. Tails and Knuckles, those eyes, still fear. The tail of the eye was black, they are bleeding was his fur, as well as he had been the black / dull gray. He had a look of pain on his face. Knuckles, it looked a lot worse. His red coat was changed from a dark gray to reddish. His dreadlocks were dropped in blood. His eyes were bleeding, such as black and tails, and his look of sadness on his face. It was. I'm questioning why I did this. Just at that time, I was aware of the new characters pop in the middle of the logo. Pink, happy little hedgehog poking his head. First, he had a smile. What was around him, I frowned. He did not know what was going on. He's confused. He seemed nervous. Amy Rose, I thought. For all of this, for what? Curiosity drove me to press the enter key. Short had faded, still static on the screen was heard loudly. I guess it was good otherwise. Kyle did not want to play with me. Writing has been published again. Right. What a shame, but I can play with you? Devil Sega jingle rang out as the second division. The image was light. Black and red eyes, because I could not do it. It was gone too fast. I swear I saw the red and black Sonic. I swear I feel that they pierced me. That moment made me jump. This, however, did not start in the Green Hill Zone Act 1. I guess I was not. Instead of the header card read, the first act is not perfect. The game began. March seemed normal, Green Hill area, but in the background was dark. Sonic location Amy, who is the original game, is not usually stood. Surprisingly, it was Moshi well-made sprites. Although it was not his classic self, his current self. In addition, it looked official. On the opposite side of the Amy was evidence of large scale. There was a silver ring. The ring was standing in front of Sonic Sprite's smile on his face. Standing there, Amy animation heart became here and there from the beginning. He was starting forward in love with formula. I moved towards the Amy Sonic, but I thought Sonic and jumped into the ring and ran off. I guess I have to control Sonic. I did Amy, then leave rights. Sally.exe1 level teleported to stage, which can be obtained from the Chaos Emeralds. In the background, it was all over love hearts in pink. It looked cute. I have to jump only for red/white ball. As she tried desperately to keep on the top of the field in order to take balance, Amy balance. Iwashita! and I tried, my control was the feeling that Amy slipped. It fell to the walls of the target field, quote unquote target. I just like the devil. I just like the devil. Sonic so thought I would try this file back to the teleport, and screams were heard loudly, has continued to blink. Display and heard the cry of completely overwhelmed. I can shout out loud about what it could swear was Amy Rose himself. More suffering and loud cries of pain, which ended in static, shared a moment before I cut, no, and a sudden black screen kept listening. This is like reading that one America and England fanfiction I used to read all the time as a freshman. Jesus Christ. Immediately, the title screen appeared again, although Knuckles and Tails was missing. Instead, Amy is performed. Himashi, always smile a cute smile, but there was a hole in her body. It is not bleeding holes or bullet holes, only on all the holes pierced his body. His color faded to black and white boring, but his eyes seemed to hurt strange. This is as much my whole body was scared, I started to itch. I is displayed, refer to the new character. I did not even scratch myself many times. I have flocked cream, sheer fear of expression has been a nice poor cream logo. You buy a frown to watch. You certainly buy a frown to watch. I wanted to finish the game, such as forced or I started to hit again. The display is faded. This is getting fucked up. Kind and fair, method 1. Step is now empty. The background sound of music that was drowning was a slow version of the Green Hill area. This is almost my gag. For me, something had to play. Phase begins. Cream Sprite was doing very well. It was like Amy. Sally.exe2. The environment was childish. This is cute. It looks like a cutout. In front of the cream, you had the TV screen, which gave greater speed. I made a cream crouch down, do not spin dash, to overthrow the dash box at first. Level is not changed. The country has a solid platform. That is, the cream is faster, quicker, it seemed to go faster, and he fell more box, more like. I do not. Music has not been fully synchronized, had scared me. Suddenly, cream collided with a wall of thorns. Loud splat is a 16-bit games like you do not hear even now. This is so stupid. Poor cream has been torn to shreds. It fell out of the bloody it fell out of the bloody rabbit, such as the spikes in background slowly began to melt in front of my eyes. Don't do acid, kids. Jesus Christ. The image is reflashing. The startup screen appeared immediately. UI was back to the title screen. As expected, the cream... Jesus Christ. Has been fought Amy. He was looking scared. Please contact. There was his one eye. I will teach you how to put it. I blood black goo dead hanging. His ear crossed back instead of his head, his face now. His color scheme is very changed, very dark purple and brown and orange. Her dress was a dull gray. I think there's more than 2 paragraphs. Oh well. The third character, and a time for God, I waved to me because he does not know what torture put on his innocent smile. I am of goddamn logo. I wanted to cry and cry when I saw the puppy Sally Acorn happen to him. The game is very scary, but still was very attractive. I wanted to stop really bad. My hand is not moving. I also began shaking. I wanted to turn off the damn thing to pursue the power button until it does not move out only in my hand. I knew it. I have already begun to hit. The screen is washed out. Blank Act 9. It said. That's a lot of acts you skipped. Sad playing in the background silhouette country boring melody. This sounds like that one text message from Game Grumps with Jesse Eisenberg, whatever, and Sprite Silhouette, which is similar to Sally, was in front of the appearance of the background of the entire group. Amy, Cream, Knuckles, in the form of all the torture expressions, sank. Tails and Eggman Sadness. I appeared. In addition was Sonic, but almost unrecognizable methods. He had razor-sharp teeth, a wide smile on his face. He had a red dot black eye to students who were bleeding. Moreover, he seemed to be that it reaches his silhouette in front. For me to get him there, I tried to move Sally, and every wall will not budge would push the animation. To my horror, as the stage began to shrink, I stopped on the way. Black is now ruled in Sally. I tried to move him again, but the wall did not try to be moved. While Sally walked into the middle, I go back to when you close in on her. He Shagamikomi before he disappeared entirely. Black. Splat! Red writing, it is like blood, it had fallen, and it was crooked, appeared again on the screen. Sonic, my love. Thank God, one more paragraph. Suddenly, a familiar scene to fade away. I was aware of the fact immediately. Sonic Satan is. The CD turned off the cutting location. That is, that there was a reddish tint. Sonic, these black bleeding, had the eyes such as the devil. Sally, at least to me, seemed to make matters worse. His eye was missing. Sally's skull and they have taken was to be sewn on again. Blood was running his wound. This did not look at Photoshop. This is really animated. Sonic the Show, the only such things like tentacles make a disgusting slurping sound. What? And Stop and Surrey as broke out and locked out of the mouth of the shoulder. They could see the bulge in Surrey throat. Is David Bowie in this? Worst of all, and they were enjoying it for a moment because I think that I was too, and the fact that they were also visible. I've also been to see the damage Tails and Knuckles in the background. Sonic pulled apart. So, not bad. Sally was simply to respond. This gag off in the screen. Among them into a corner, and I missing. I saw a Sally doll, eBay, in my bed. What my bed? I saw one. I did it for you, Kian. I did it for you.